blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
So that music is banging. Like I felt like it was a couple of extra beats in there just for us tonight. Hey, you guys. We're not having it today. How about that? I think I figured out what it was just right there. So on that note, I am Malika K. Courtney and beyond excited to be here with you guys tonight. Let me get my gratitude out of the way. Thank you so much to Blast Music 247. And I'm figuring it out. I didn't say radio this time. Blast Music 247 for hosting this podcast, inviting me to be part of the family. And what an incredible family it is, you guys. If you're not checking out Blast 247 during the week, the whole channel on YouTube, you are missing out. You got some dope poetry in the water, just some incredible humans with some huge hearts. Got a chance to be on Crazy Carla's Concoctions, I believe it was last Thursday, with my partner Scott Harrell, and we had great conversation. So if you've not seen that, please do go back and check it out. Same time. Hey, Miss Fran. Hey, Scott. I'd like to say also thank you to Troy, who is the VP and is my security blanket. If you guys remember Peanuts Gang, he's my Linus right quick. I need that blanket because I'm still learning how to podcast and do all these things, the technical stuff above my pay grade. Okay, great. But the knowledge, I got you on that. So again, I am Malika K. Courtney, and tonight we're gonna have a serious conversation, like for real. Let's have a serious conversation. Now I'm gonna talk to you from this seat, and you're gonna see me on that screen. But I'm gonna ask you, and let me go find these bad boys. Comments. You guys are welcome to just verse it out with me in the comments. The conversation of today was depression. Is that a safe word yet? We hear a lot of conversations about safe and safer, right? People trying to create a safer experience for folks. But what I'm finding is when it comes to having conversations about depression, folks don't want to do that. Folks don't want to identify it or admit they're suffering it. Hey. And it's and that's not a bad thing. So if you've been rocking with me, you already know I'm not that judgmental human. I don't have time for that. What I am here to do is to bring some awareness, to share some of the kakapupu that I stepped in so you can step over it and have a better experience. That's the mission, that's the method. Okay, these are the means, tools, tricks, trades, hacks. And that's what we're going to discuss today. So I did preface that for you to say that maybe it's a trigger warning kind of night. And if you feel that having the conversation about depression might send you a couple of different directions, have you feeling some kind of way? That's okay too. Don't run, because if you're already feeling it in your chest, breathe deep with me and let's take a verbal walk. Let's do that, okay? So what I'm going to do is tell on me. Tell on me first. I have to say that I was never a person to call it depression because I had not been taught to label things as such. That was not a part of our lexicon, especially being in this beautiful melanin skin and being female. The expectations to take and tolerate whatever came from joy through abuse, you were expected, as I was expected, just to keep it moving. We really didn't have time to pause and celebrate. Hey, Chris. Okay. You didn't have time to pause and celebrate or not too long, okay? You can breathe and be like, yeah, 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 me for a second, but you gotta keep it moving. And you really did not have time to cry or wallow. You know what I mean? There was very much judgment around that, unfortunately. And I'm just gonna say good, better, and different. That is just what it was. And to not speak above it, let's jump right into it. I watched my mother, beautiful woman, strong, strong, strong woman, give you the shit off her back, and we'll kick your can if she need to. Believe and trust. Hands-on experiences. I watched her have her heart broken, and I watched her take on illness and get to a point where she just could not. Just could not. And it took some time and some doing and some prayer and some healing. And she know God, y'all, like know God. So that's mommy. So I'm offering you that view just to see from my lens what I've seen, right? And then now moving into my view, I know what it is to be in a relationship where things didn't kind of go the way you would expect a relationship to go, okay? And come outside of that, having my life been attacked, right? Attempted murder type style, okay, great. And having to process that while I, same as my mom, keep it moving. You know, doesn't that strike you as strange that as a society we have not figured out how to create a world where we can slow down for a minute and help one another understand how to breathe through experiences? Now I'm gonna tell you my business. The first panic attack that I had was driving. Did not know what it was, y'all. Well, think about it. Let's rewind. So I had them when I was on stage when I was a kid, and I didn't realize that that's what it was either. I was performing very early, scared. I mean, stage fright, boy. You ain't seen stage fright, okay? Great, like I saw it, and I don't know if I thought I was going to be eaten by the people. I don't know. It was something, and the stage fright was debilitating. It was like death. I felt like I was dying. I know I was not. However, that's how it felt. It was that serious in my heart, in my chest beating, and the sweat down my face, and my hair sweating out, and the wringing of my fingers, and the pain that I was feeling inside. It was real, real, okay? However, I had that coach on the sideline like, this you can do. Like, this you can do. Okay? You can freak out. You can wait. You can freak out later. Go handle your business. And what did I do? I went and I handled my business. So I learned it as a kid to keep on moving, because I believe that the people around me understood the world does not stop. It does not pause for you to have your moment of melt the hell down. The world keeps moving like nothing occurred, but your world is the world that had, hit that hard stop. So for me, my world hit the hard stop when I was driving. And it was crazy. Like literally, I was pressing the gas with my foot. All of a sudden, my foot did not want to cooperate. I was like, wait, you are my foot. You get to do what I say. We're going to drive. We're driving. And we're not driving on a nice little 2-lane road. Nah, we are on a for real wide road with lots of lanes. And we're the turning lane, y'all. Turning lane. So we're turning left. This is not an option. You understand? This is not an option. And I am literally having that conversation with my body like, what is happening? And this is not an option. Okay, great. So I'm at this lovely light now. We're in the turning lane and it is going down. I mean, I feel my body locking up, legs, and I just feel it rising. And I'm like, God, am I dying? That's a valid question when you're having a panic attack, okay? Valid. Light change. Now I have to turn. Only I cannot, my hands ain't cooperating. They don't want to go. So we on some elbow strength, y'all. We on elbow strength because we got to turn. Bah! All the nice people behind us that are so patient. Not. Bah! So grace of God made that turn. And I'm like, I have to get off the road. I got to get off the road. Now, grace of God, you see I'm still here. So clearly I made it. My car made it too. Everybody was safe. Yes. Team. But I literally made it up the little ramp to AutoZone. It was AutoZone there. And I could not even park my car. So I literally stopped there for a minute and made it, maneuvered, blah, 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 got out of the way. I was able to get out of the way. Okay, great. And isn't it interesting that that is how we receive it. Like, we gotta get out of the way. I gotta get out of everybody's way with my sadness. I gotta get out of everybody's way with the things that I'm struggling with, because these are my things, right? And even though people may love me around me and care about me and would love to help me hold it, my training, discipline, understanding, and movements are, I gotta get out of the way, or I gotta keep it moving. And I'm taking time and laying in this because I know I'm not the only one who's had these experiences. Boom. Now, mind you, once I got out of the way, and oh, here's the fun part, before I even got out of the way, when it first started, I had never experienced that type of thing consciously and as an adult before. And I didn't know what the heck was going on, but I knew prayer. That I knew out the gate. So before my hands got the stupid, I had pushed the button like on the phone to open my phone. By the time I had opened the phone, it fell. I had pulled my mom's number, then it fell. I literally did the elbow thing, the tap tap, dial my mom. I couldn't even halfway talk, y'all, because it was like everything was locking up. And I said, pray. I could not even answer my mother after that because she was like, because I could not. My not was present. I could not. And prayer and a few other things, the conversation that we went through brought me to this conversation right here for you. So all of that to kind of set the stage and help you understand what I'm about to say. She asked me a question, and I would throw that question like flat out to you guys. For those who are dealing with these monumental things, whether it is the overwhelm of being the human that you are, you came into adulthood, maybe you were prepared and you met some challenges that smack down your preparedness and you have to start over and do something different. Or maybe you got to adulthood unprepared and you feel like you're trying to climb a ladder out of hell to get life and to understand life and to possess it in the way that you see others maybe possessing it like you like, okay? Or if it's the postpartum depression that lingers, or if it's this is not my body anymore, I don't feel like I am in the right body. Like, a lot of these things can kick off depression, a sadness that is so strong that it feels overwhelming, like the oceans. Like you try to drink from a bottle and you got drowned by life, right? Depression is that heavy, can feel like the elephant sitting on your chest, can feel like a number of different things, can feel very, very silent, solo, and isolated. Even if you're surrounded by people, you have the power to feel so alone when you're dealing with depression. And then for those people who do not meditate or who do not have a bag of skills, the vultures, the mind vultures and thoughts, eating that ass up, chew, chew, chew. Right? These are things that can occur when you're suffering through trauma and depression. So we'll throw trauma on there just to help understand it clearly. But if you add it up, do the life math right quick, depression. All right, back to the conversation. So she asked me a question. She's like, well, what went on today? And I'm like, okay, it's an interesting question. Yesterday was kind of interesting. It was a very strong day the day before, but she asked me about today. And thank God she did, because it made me focus only on that day. Now, it was about 11 in the morning, if I remember correctly, somewhere in there. So the day had not been long, and the day had not been bad. Like, it was not a bad day. I was just taking care of tasks, y'all. Normal people stuff. I was peopling and adulting, dropped the kids off at school, driving in crazy traffic with crazy drivers who don't know how to drive. But that was like a normal, that's the normal things that we overlook. That stress and that people who like to road rage, calm yourself down, So it is, those things factor in. There's so much that just adds up. Okay, move along. So she's like, okay, what happened today? I'm like, well, struggled with the kids a little bit. Folks didn't want to leave the house on time, but I was not about to be late. So they made it to school, dropped them off, and, 3 different locations, right? So school, dropped the kids off. Now I'm off to my adulting task before I have to get to work. So she's like, all right, that's it? And I'm like, yeah. All right, well, what was on your mind? And I'm like, doing the things I need to do for the day, like getting my task done. That was what was on my mind. Only I was lying, because I didn't, and it wasn't even like I was trying to. It was simply that I wasn't paying attention, y'all. I was not paying attention to all of the things that were on my mind, and it made me stop. I was like, okay, buddy, let's look at it better. Let's see it's more clearly. And seeing it more clearly, I had been thinking about so freaking much. I had literally been, okay, so I guess we left this part out, but let me add this part. After I separated that relationship with the ex-husband, he kind of sort of stalked me for about 12 years. It was great. And uh, that I had seen that human on the road. So once again, he had found where I was, and passed me on the road. Only that time I was not running. I was kind of done running, so I kind of, we had a moment. Okay, great. But that type of stress was present. Now, mind you, I was beyond it. I felt more empowered as far as my control over it, but it still was present. And the stress was still present. The things that linger. And all the time, it's not jumping up and down on your head like you're in a trampoline situation, like bang, bang, bang. It's not banging you over the head, but it's still freaking present with you, resting in your body. And these things that come to mind or occur, threatening presences, trigger me. People who come and they want to act threatening, I have a higher response. Like I have a zero tolerance, a zero chill for that type of engagement, right? So you begin to learn clues. And that was my clue. I had been overwhelming myself in thought in that very moment. Was anything happening? I was driving. Alone in a car. Wasn't even being annoyed by the radio. Just driving. All right. And it is so that when we're thinking it in here, it's occurring. Mind don't know no different. Subconscious don't know no different. If you sit there thinking it and you're rehearsing it, guess what it is? It is happening again in your mind. And every time you bring it up and you run it through, I have some people who run through their conversations like it's happening right now. Like it's happening right now. Doesn't happen 60 some years ago, 30 some years ago, 20 some years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago too. And when they tell the story, it is with the same animation, it is with the same fervor and energy and angst and anger and sadness and weight, as if they were in the situation in that moment of the retelling. And it's not the case, right? But who takes time and shakes us like a tree and says, wake up, baby. Like, hey, you're okay. You know, I've seen people pinch the finger. I've seen people tweak the face, or I've seen people get too like, hey, come here, you wake up, come here. You know, come back into your body, come back into your mind, come back into this reality, not a reality that no longer exists. Did what happened happen? I'm not saying that wasn't magic if you didn't make it up. It happened. And you're here. You're here now. Okay? And let me tell you something flat out true. I've done work for years. I have a kick-ass bag of tricks when it comes to coping skills, when it comes to learning and growth and methods. And I can tell you what, to this day, there are times where certain things occur. Now, mind you, I'm not having to deal with so many of the past things. I got current things, right? Because life keeps coming and life keeps throwing in punches because life is truly a great boxer. But I've learned how to spar. I ain't so bad in the ring, right? And still, I have moments where I get to sneak up from behind. Feel like I got hit in the back of the head with a bat. And I'm in a moment. Now, do my moments last like they used to? No, I am not down for days or months or suffering certain things for years, because that is my story. I've had to live and learn through that, which is why I am beyond qualified to sit and say, hey, listen, this is where I stepped in and this is what it was, and it was doo-doo. It was doo-doo caca poo-poo. Don't step in that. And this is how you don't step in that. You don't step in that poop by paying attention to where your mind is. I swear, if you're not guiding it, if you have not trained your mind to be conscious and present, and that you are the captain of that bad boy, it will be off wandering the globe. And a lot of times, if you're one who rehearses the hurt and the harm, you are rehearsing that back here. It's not in the forefront of your mind, but the back of your mind is handling it for you. Got it on lock, got it on replay. The moment you want it, press play, hit all your story out your mouth, diarrhea, doo-doo caca poo-poo. And you're reliving it again, and your body's reliving it again, and your cells and your organs and your spirit, and you're creating whatever is dysfunctioning in your body again by unforgiveness, again by fear. Okay, one of the two. And here's one that might even ouch uh, the lovey people, people who are pining over past lovers, sadness and grief over that, working themselves in depression, settling, working yourself in depression. So again, depression takes on many avenues to get to people, and it is an invitation. Ugly to say out loud, very ugly to say out loud. However, it's true. There is an invitation that is offered. Hey, would you like to come and sit with this sadness? And you know what? I'm not saying you shouldn't take the invitation, because some of us carry some heavy stuff, like some heavy things that is spiritually crippling, heart crippling, life crippling and stalling. And you need to sit with that sadness. Honest to God, you need to shake hands, hold, hug, and embrace it, and cry and talk to whoever you need to talk to, and build your bag of skills so that you are working through that sadness, so that it does not grow to those monumental levels of sadness, i.e. depression, and crush your life. I had a cousin, beautiful woman, beautiful woman, got married. I mean, late in life, found love. Isn't that awesome? When you find love later in life, it's really great. Beautiful wedding, beautiful woman, married for a very short time. And her husband, who was wonderful to her, his life was taken as he was at work driving a cab. Someone wanted to rob, took his life. She could not hold on to herself. She could not hold on to her sanity. Okay? So when I say it's an invitation, I'm very serious. It is an invitation to throw your hands up and quit. I'm not showering. I'm not eating. I'm not talking to anybody. I don't want no light. I'm not working. I'm not doing a damn thing. It's an invitation. And they're very quiet invitations. They're very, oh, you just need a minute. You know, very lulling. And then you look up and it's 3 months down the road, you know. Some things sit with us and are that heavy. Honest to God, they are. But what I will say is, when we are quicker to respond, when we're paying attention and we're vigilant about ourselves and about our mind and about our heart and the life around us, and we feel those things coming upon us, it smells. There's a certain scent that comes with sadness. And as you begin to know yourself well, you'll begin to understand the scents that come and visit you. They're giving you a heads up. Hey, this is in your atmosphere. This is what you're feeling, even though you're not slowing down enough to be honest about what you're feeling. And then for some of those folks who are being honest about what they're feeling, they don't rail the cages and scream. They just say it. Okay? Take the time you need to inventory self, understand what you're dealing with, anything that's lasting and lingering for such a long time that you no longer want to do life with. It's time to build methods to let that mess go, you know, so that you can breathe and be. Because again, I told you, life keeps coming. Life is here to bring you a list of challenges that your spirit done said, yes, challenge me. I want to grow, challenge me. Bring me this, bring me that. I think I can figure it out. Okay? So it is not happening to us. It is happening for us. I would believe that even depression happens for us. Happens for us to slow down for a minute. Like, hold the hell up. What is going on? Am I walking in the wrong direction? Is this what I said I wanted? Does this lead to the life that I want? Is this my path? Do I need to change paths? Because sometimes it really boils down to that. Sometimes it boils down to the fact that you need to change a path, you know, change your mind about something, change your mind about someone. And change is a really easy out word. Let's say it for what it is. Sometimes you need to create a new path so that you understand work is involved. Okay? Change, I want to change lanes. I just turn a light, this little signal, bleep, bleep, bleep. I look out my mirror and then I get over. Simple. I change lanes. But now apply that word to change in society and how they approach depression or people suffering with it. And then, of course, you got your clinical and then you have your chemical. There's so many variants of depression. that people can grab hold of them, right? But I encourage you, and I hear people say this a lot of times, my depression. Nah, stop owning stuff that don't belong to you. It is not my depression, my sickness, my sadness. No, no, no. It is sadness. It is depression. It is sickness. It doesn't belong to you unless you choose to own it. And then it could be mine. But I refuse to own any of that trash. It's not mine. I don't care to have it. I don't mind meeting it as I journey. I don't mind learning from it as I journey. I don't mind not judging it. And some folks call it demonic. Stop. Stop the crazy. Like, stop the behaviors and sticking people in boxes in your cockapoo beliefs. Knock it off. Knock it off. If you are feeling it, it is present with you. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. It is your pink elephant in the room. Hey, pink elephant, come on, let me get you some crackers and some soup, some hot tea, and let's talk about it. This is when you get honest. This is when you hit that phone call and go, hey, I need to have a conversation. Well, and if you're not qualified to hear this conversation, can you point me to somebody that is? You know somebody who is a trained listener and is going to be professional about it. It's going to keep what I say confidential. That's important. That's important. So these are the things that I'm gently encouraging you to consider. The question was, depression, is that a safe word yet? I would like for it to be. I would like for it to be, but I can't honestly say that it is, because until I see medicine, politics, and education honestly acknowledge the impact of depression and what it causes and what it carries along with it, I'm going to say it's not a safe word yet. I'm gonna stick to that thought. This is not a safe word because we still have so much work to do. And then what is the work? We become aware of it, like with conversations like this, and being freaking honest. What are you struggling with? What is hurting? I have a lot of things going on right now. Family health situations, financial situations, a lot of wonderful things that I care to do. My computer did the death thing, right? So a lot of things that just go boop, 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 boop. It is life punching. And thank God I have people in my life, y'all. I am a trained professional. I do coach and I have years in the game. I love people back to life, and still, I have to fight my battles when they come. And I know not to fight them alone. I tried that for years, and poop don't work. It doesn't work. And it occurred to me later in life, I wish it occurred earlier, look how many people are on the planet. And then I had to look at how many amazing people, and mind you, my circle's leveled up over the years, but how many wonderful people I have in my circles that I can go, I have a killer partner. I was on the phone with my partner today, and it was out of nowhere. Like, I was literally like just getting into the day. Boop, boop, back of the head. Stress. Overwhelming thought of what I need to get done today. Awesome list of things to get done. That's the signature of those who are productive. The overachiever humans, the leaders, we do that to ourselves. And I do that to myself. I sure do. And I have methods to deal with it when I've done it. And I own my poo-poo, right? And even with sleep. So I must talk about sleep too. The lack thereof. That it adds to depression. So am I saying go to sleep for 17 days in a row? No. Am I saying skip Monday and pick it up on Tuesday? I'm not saying that. So don't go tell nobody. Malik can say go to sleep and just sleep till Tuesday or Wednesday when you know it's going to be a great day. I am not telling you that lie. No. What I am saying is get the proper amount of rest. And I'm one of those hard-headed humans. Go sit down. Take the day. I got too much to do. But there's wisdom in it. And there are days where I completely comply. I put my hands up, I sit my tail down, and I do me. And what do I mean do me? Let's talk about these tips. If you guys are meditators, yay! If you meditate, good for you, because that is a great tool to help counter depression. Breathing exercises are the bomb. being still and quiet enough to understand what is keeping you company mentally is going to be your biggest key. Because if you think about it, when you're sitting with the counselors or coaches like me, you are literally having to be still and tell us what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and then when you're working with me, where it is in your body, so we can get to some real answers. Okay, so these are must do's if you are a person who deals with depression. And I am going to say it out the gate: get you some professional help. Get you some professional help. Go ahead and I say a really colorful word. I'm not going to say it that way for y'all, but I'm going to say pay the people what they're, whatever the frick they're charging, and get the help you need, because whatever you pay out is going to pale in comparison of the peace you achieve. Rule. So I do realize that it's 30 after. Let me pause for a minute for our adult to come and do what the adult does about midpoint of the show. Be back.
Hey there. I had to turn my
Hi.
light on. Welcome, everybody. Our Blast Artist Spotlight tonight is my man Yamasani, and this is Circle of Life. Let's check it out.
Oh, now that's real. Pops a rolling stone and flatten grass fields. My mandatory raps a passive act spill. React like Drax will, relax, I'm past chill.
This manifestation of imagination is just a creation of communication with an integration system like the Matrix, filled with entertainment, pastors, education.
Court-appointed lawyers for blacks in litigation. Corporate enormous tax cut and evasion. Saw George Floyd on the news and couldn't take it. It's hard to tightrope, walk it all, but I'm a Grayson. One day we not gonna be passive with the slaying. One day we might just put action to the saying. One day we'll stop all the blasting and the spraying and stop carrying weapons that will smith you like Jaden. To be free to you, to them is disobeying. They told you to get into heaven, you needed praying. They left out the heavens, your thoughts, and where you haven. It's not you, it's we, it's deep, it's complicated.
One day you have it, one day you have it, go away. One day you have it, one day you have it, go away, go away. Don't take it serious, serious. It's an experience. Don't take it serious, serious. It's an experience. Shine bright like a solar light. No, we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright.
Yeah, you gon' get it today. I'ma send it your way. This a clinic, don't forget every visit you pay.
It's cringeworthy to say I've been perfect, cause hey, the kids calling my name, I'm too busy to play.
This a scrimmage, shirt skins, the ending is late. Life's a scary movie with hands digging your plate to take the dividends, dollars and pennies you make. I'm transparent with you, even when you really opaque. Marcus Aurelius states, everything you hear is an opinion, not a fact. But is that really the case? Cause we all know planes leave a chemical trace, and we knew he was guilty. You see Zimmerman's face, and we all want to crash in the video chase, and we want that hottie to let us feel on her waist. And we know one day we will see God's grace transcend our body and be up in outer space.
Bright like a solar light. No, we can make everything alright. Yeah. One day you have it, one day you have it. Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah. One day you have it, one day you have it. Don't take it serious, serious. It's an experience. Don't take it serious, serious. It's an experience. Shine bright like a solar light. No, we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
All right, and that's my guy Yamasani with Circle of Life. And if you are an independent artist or spoken word poet or even up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you can also go to blastmusic247.com, register as an unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast, we're constantly changing the industry, one artist at a time. Back to you, Malikia.
I appreciate it, and I like that song a lot. That right there, I could see you doing some click work too, y'all. Okay. So hopefully you heard me very well. To begin with, where we kind of took a break in was the meditation and taking time to understand what you're thinking. Y'all, when I was in that car, it was literally the thoughts that were overrunning me, the thoughts that were helping me to spin myself all the way up. Like up and above and over the cliff, bro. Over the cliff I went. Now, mind you, this was years on back, but I don't care. I don't care, because when the hits come, they come. Don't matter what year. Okay, great. So I find that sticking my hands in water, even doing something just to change the state of my being and the state of my body. Yes, there are a bunch of professional words I can throw at you, but I'm not doing that. I want to speak the English to you that you understand, to change your mind, to change what you're feeling, to change what you're focused on. If you're sitting down, stand up. If you're standing up, sit down. Have a drink of water. Do some things to kind of switch it up, to put you ahead of what you're feeling so that you now can turn around and make a decision, that you now can turn around and catch what's running, because ball tossed. All right, I'm going to switch up how I'm feeling, think I'm moving, and I'm going to catch that ball. And then I will respond. And there's nothing wrong with taking the time that you need to respond. There is zero wrong with picking up the phone and phoning a friend, of a mom. So I sure call my mama. And today I called my honey. So you have people in your life, and if you don't have someone in your life, I'm going to encourage you to get someone in your life, to open your heart and your circle and trust enough to bring someone in. Should I vet that person, Malikia? Absolutely. Especially if you're sharing deep things that really go ouch in the night. You want to make sure you're speaking to someone who got some sense, who won't spread your business, who is able to listen. And then even when it's the heavier things, and when it's the heavier things and you really need professional help, do not delay to get it. Who absolutely gives a rat's crack if somebody has an opinion? Who cares? If someone's going to judge you, big freaking deal. Let them judge you. So hell what? Be judged. You won't die because of that judgment, but you could die from depression. So do not fall for it. Do not fall for the need of appearances. Okay, darling? Do not waste your life or time or energy on trying to please folks around you or pacify folks around you when you yourself don't have oxygen. Okay, so I'm going to share a couple of things with you guys. And then we're going to jump back into a little more talky. But listen up. Identifying depression can be complex. We talked about that a little bit already. But here are 4 indicators. There's 4 things to kind of, let me see. Persistent sadness, and that is the difference. Sometimes we get sad and we're able to move right along. Okay, I'm a little bit sad about that, but don't matter. It's when it gets persistent. You are persistently sad, low mood. You cannot get your heart above 5. Cannot, no matter the happiest, you just can't get above 5. Or some of us 2, or some of us 0, right? When you're feeling that low mood and it's a persistent sadness, and most of the time, nearly all of the day, kick your foot in the morning and you are crying and in tears and sad about it all effing day, all day long. Clue, right? And this persists for over 2 weeks. When it persists for over 2 weeks and you realize that sadness is wearing on you and you can't get away from that bad boy, it's feeling like a coat or something that's riding you, and it exceeds 2 weeks, okay, heads up. Depression, knocking at your door or already inside your house, all right? 2, loss of interest or pleasure. A significant decrease in interest and pleasure in all or almost all of the activities or most of your day, nearly every day. That's kind of how it comes in and takes over and begins to consume and become your life. Depression is not polite. It wants all of you, like a jealous lover. It wants all of your time, all of your day. You may get a smile in, or you may not. Your interests: don't want to eat, don't want to have sex, don't want to go outside, don't want to see the sun, don't want to touch the water, don't want to hear nobody's voice, don't want to talk on the phone, don't want to watch TV, leave me alone. If that is you, depression is knocking on your door, or it's already in your house. 3, physical symptoms: noticeable changes in your appetite. I don't want to eat, or I can't stop eating, right? Or I'm eating trash. Yeah, clue. Sleep, changes in your sleep, sleep disturbances, insomnia, or excessive sleeping. Okay, I can't get to sleep. I'm just freaking awake for no reason. I'm awake for no reason. Can't get to sleep. Or excessive sleeping. I don't want to get out of the bed. It just feels so good. Like, I feel so good right here. I feel so peaceful right here. Like, in this bed with these pillows, in this corner with these sheets, and they my friend. And I want to do that all day, every day. Okay. 4, cognitive and emotional changes: the difficulty concentrating, making decisions, feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt. Feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt, and recurrent thoughts of death or suicide. Now that is when that's the part that kind of causes me concern, the heavy concern. A lot of times I find that people, because of the society that we live in, oddly enough, folks have learned some methods to compartmentalize or to stuff it. Okay, we have our tools and our tricks because we have to do our day and live and be people. But at the same time, that ain't good. And that's where it leads to, like, when it goes unchecked and begins to really just encompass a person and possess their life, it is leading somewhere. It's not just there politely consuming your life for no reason. There is a goal. There's an end game, and that's to end you, to cause you to give up completely, to cause you to part ways with your mentals, to part ways with your family, part ways with responsibilities, right? So that's to be concerned. And honestly, like, if you're a person who's dealing with suicidal ideations, so you're thinking about suicide, you're thinking about how to harm yourself and stop the pain or stop the sadness, hotline 988. You call 988. It's so simple. You just pick up your phone, 988 988, because I know I speak fast, but 988 suicide hotline. Get the help you need. Have a conversation with someone on the other end. Well, they might give me 3 days, 5150 right quick. We're bakers. That's fine. You might need a little mental vacation, and that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you crazy. It doesn't make you anything other than suffering, and you were already doing that, right? So this is going to tend and help you get some care for that suffering. Now, sometimes the depression is not at that state. It's not so big that it's consumed you and you need to dial that number, okay? But don't wait for it to get that big, please. Like, let's not do that. Let's not ignore the things that hurt. Why would we do that? Because it hurts. I love children because they will wail and they will cry and they will moan and they will throw the biggest fits. Yes, they will. Like professionals. I'm not saying that as an adult we get to do the same, but I am going to say, take a page from the kids' playbook and get to yelling out for some help. Get to kicking something if you need to. Don't kick anybody and get arrested, but get to kicking down the silence. Get to kicking down the judgments and the opinions and the hiding, and the solo behavior. Many people who suffer depression are folks who have nil circle or very small ones. What does that mean? That means that people, their life has progressed to the point where they distrust people so bad that no one's allowed to be a part of their life. And that they may love people, man, they may be throwing love out, but they don't let people love them. You know who you are. I love you. So be mad, but if you're mad, good. Maybe it'll cause you to take some action, and really think about what's being said. And I'm doing my best to offer to you gently, because we need gentle sometimes. We need a little coddle. We need love. We need that hand that says, hey, listen, I'm sorry you're feeling like that. I know it doesn't feel good inside. I know it hurts. But you don't have to hurt by yourself. You don't have to go through it alone. And sometimes we honestly just need a person. I have had the pleasure, really, of walking through life, just journeying with folks as a coach. And sometimes it's a lot of work. But sometimes, honestly, I am just there keeping company and being a guardrail, so we don't fall off the tracks, so we stay steady and maintain the growth, right? Sometimes you just need somebody to hold your hand or hold your heart along the way, especially folks who are grieving, experiencing loss, loss of family members. You need that. You deserve that. You deserve love. You deserve someone to help you put a smile back on your face. Grumpy ass, walking around being groshy to everybody. You deserve some happiness too. And how do you get that? You have to ask for help. You have to ask for help, because a lot of times people carry it so quietly inside, nobody would even freaking know. Nobody would know you're so sad. No one would know. Oh, let me tell myself some more. So back in the day, what happened? I don't even know. But I've had so many adventures, you guys. So I'm just gonna tell you this adventure because it came to mind, and I figured if the Spirit of the Lord dropped it in, I'm gonna let it out. I was walking down the road. I was coming from work. It was late. I don't even know what happened to my car. Probably broke down and gone, right? This was, I don't even know what years it was. It was like one of the 08 years, blah, blah, blah. So I'm walking down the road. I had enough. I was over it. And when I say it, I was over life. I was over it. I was done. Like, this is enough. I have been through enough. I was done. And my mind was on it. I was like, I need to exit out this business, because like this for the birds. I'm straight. And I was so sad, you guys. I was so sad. And to get back to the house, I had to walk along this road. It was dark as dog. And my uniform, like our outfits that we wore when we were working in the shop, black on black. So I am already on the road, walking in danger, doing danger brought stuff, just getting back to the house, late as I know it. And I had the inclination just to walk out in traffic. I could hear it, and I don't even know that it was coming from in me, but it was definitely around me. Do it. Thank God for the blood, because I just was like, let me pray. I began to plead the blood of Christ, because I'm like, that is not what I want. That does not solve any situation. Harming yourself don't solve a dang on thing. Doesn't solve anything. You just kick off a bunch of problems for the people who loved you, that you leave behind, if you even die. Because I know some people who tried it, and still here. Some of them not so well. So let's avoid all of that. And I do believe in leaning into spirit. I do believe in praying, and I do believe in praying Father God, Mother God, Christ. I absolutely do. And I absolutely do believe in meditation. I swear by it. It is a freaking must. It is something that helped me so hugely. Some people get afraid of meditation. Meditate on the scriptures then. Get you something that helps you to train your mind. And for me, I used to have vulture thoughts. They spun around and round and around. They came and just, and it was an all-day thing. I was always in thought. I was exhausted from thinking. And I'm a creator. So work was in thought. Processing things was in thought. Having to strategize. And I do strategy. So, I kid you not, I was in my mind all dang day long. And then when I paused the work thoughts, it was the other thoughts, and then past thoughts, and then you're not good enough thoughts, all the kid angst. I had too much going on in my thought life. I hadn't cleaned it up. And meditation helped me do that. It helped me push pause on all the freaking vulture thoughts, man. It was like, boop. And I had to persist in meditation. So now it's not going to be like just you wave your hand and it's done. And there's some people that I work with that make it super funny for me because they think that they sit down the first time and it's just going to be, oh, it ain't. You got to work for it, baby, like everything else. Persist and understand what you're thinking. Persist in meditation. Persist in pursuing your peace because you can possess it. That's a lot of peace, but it's just true. Okay. So this is my experience. Is it everyone else's experience? We'll find out. For those we get to meet, we can ask them, what's your experience? But for now, you're getting mine. How about that? So I appreciate you sitting with me and just taking time to have this conversation and explore, because it's kind of an exploratory thing. Like, I'm hoping that when you're hearing me, it's causing you to kind of go, huh, and look at inventory in the house of you. I do what's going on in the house of Malikia inventory. This is me. This is my house of Malikia, and I want to know what's going on in my inventory. What am I holding? Am I holding any unforgiveness? Am I holding any ill words spoken to me that hit my heart and hurt me? Have I allowed them to take seed and grow into a fruit that's bitter and poisoning my soul, my spirit, my life, and my outcomes? These are things that I ask myself. And as I grow and go through years and go through challenges, you guys, I have met many a challenge. There was a reason I was out to lunch walking on the road. You understand? There's a reason I had been through W-2s like toilet paper and experienced spine injuries, experienced sexual extortion at work, experienced abuse. I did tell you that my ex-husband tried to kill me. Great. So I'm not kidding. Like, life, it will punch you, but learn how to punch back. Learn how to punch back, like literally. And the way you punch back is by knowing yourself, by sitting with you and being honest. This was horrifying. This happened, and it should have, according to society and everything else, caused me to go sit in a padded room and bump my head. I could totally see that. I've had people literally say to me, you know what? I have no idea how you're still sane. I have no idea how you still smile. I do. I work my ass off for this daily. So no, it is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the weak of mind, but it is for whoever will. It is for whoever chooses and whoever possesses. Because it is sometimes it's a fight and sometimes it's easy. Hey Scott, thank you. I see that you put the 998 in chat. I appreciate that. Like this, yeah, I like the song too, Miss Fran. I'm just not seeing the chats. Okay, great. So I think I'm caught up on chat. If there were any questions, I don't mind answering a question, maybe two, before we get out of here. But I just really did want to just recap a little bit. I've given you tools and tips, and I speak lecture style, so you do well to listen to the replay. You can catch the replay over on my channel, Malika K. Courtney, right on YouTube. Definitely there, and I have shorts over there from each episode that you can take advantage of. I also wanted to share a couple of more things with you. Oh, I'm teaching Thursday, I forgot. So this Thursday, I am teaching a master's class. You might want to come be a part of my master's class if you're enjoying these moments together, if you're enjoying the podcast. Yeah, let's connect. So what you can do is you can text master's class, not master class, master's class. You can text that to 321-443-2495, 321-443-2495, and you'll get information about that. I do charge. It is $75 to attend my master's classes, and that's a discounted price. So you're welcome to join me for that and engage with me deeper. When we have podcasts, I do my best to keep it to an hour. In a master's class setting, you're able to dig a little deeper and engage more closely. Always in mindset, always in growth. That is where you will find me when I'm training or teaching or causing mastery to happen. All right. So connect with me for that mastery if you are that human. I deal with a lot of leaders. Absolutely. Yes, I do. I have a lot of people who are in leadership and they are tired from being who they are, having to be who they are for their people. Like they're just exhausted. Like they love their people and they're going to continue to serve, but they need a place to get away and breathe themselves and go through my methods. Because we take them through some methods. Our women are joining us September 20th through 22nd of this year. And we do 2 of these a year in Florida. Definitely branching out to a few other states. However, September is the 9th, 9th month, 20 through 22nd day of this year. We're going to be in Florida in the Clearwater Indian Rocks area for 3 days with the women only. The women only. Okay? So we're going to walk our women through the waters of love and love them back to life, get them all restored and ready, and turn them loose back on their community to continue to build, because the women, we build the community. The women, we got the hands and the minds of the children, and the women, we hold the hearts of the men. So we must protect and build our women, and I focus on that heavily. And also our men, because I understand they are the strength bearers. They are the protectors. So we'll get to that. Men, you join me for the master's class. Ladies, join me for the master's class. And bring your body to me in Florida. Come get this work. You can check out more about the 3-day event for the women at thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary. That's my partner site who does the event with me in Florida. Her name is Dallas Cohen. She's an affiliate partner for Florida. So definitely come get this work, come get this love. I will share with you like this. Why do I have a 1 minute? Let's see. There's a 1 minute video from someone who did attend, a beautiful woman. Let's see. Do I have? I do. Let me share that with you right now. Then we'll talk about it after.
Hi, I'm Linda. This is my first sanctuary that I came to, and I was so excited to come because I was looking for some answers. I was looking for a connection inside of myself. I was looking for things that I hadn't discovered yet about me. And this sanctuary experience has started me more on that road to discovering who I am and to thinking about, what does Linda need? What's inside of me? And what do I want to do as I move forward? So I've started a process. It's been wonderful. And I'm so glad that I came, and there's more to do. So I'm excited to move forward and just see where God is going to take me in this journey. But it started right here at Sanctuary. So you come too.
Awesome. So that was my lovely Linda, and chose the grown folks because I wanted you guys to kind of get a picture. Sometimes we go through life. We're talking about depression today. Sometimes we go through life and we carry sadness and depression and deep pains and deep hidden things all of our lives. You know what I mean? Sometimes we take it to our 70s and 80s, but I'm here offering you that moment. If you've exceeded and you already hit your 70s and 80s and you still living, you want life, you want it more abundantly and more peacefully. Come on. Come let me love you. And it's wonderful. And I think our youngest was 1-year-old. We had a 1-year-old come and join us too. It was kind of funny. It doesn't normally happen. We don't do it with kids, but the mommy could not get her sitter. So we did have a little 1-year-old, but mommy was about 20. So from 20 to 78, that is the span of leaders that we have served, y'all. That's a great age group. And I can say blessed are the younger ones. You know what I mean? Because they're getting it early and they're going to have a much better outcome. And blessed is anybody who has enough sense to come get this love. That's the truth of the matter. If you know that you need it, you are in leadership, you're experiencing burnout, you're tired. You need a little wind and some water for your soul and for your spirit. You need somebody who's understanding the stress, the pain that you've gone through or are currently going through. Okay, come on. Because the Florida team is amazing. Do not make the mistake of missing out. Yep, and we charge for that too. We're 3 days on family vibes. 3 days you come and get this work, and you will say the same thing she said. It started at Sanctuary. Such a change. Okay, great. And I like the word creation, which y'all know that. So I do believe that we've done what we came to do, really. And I don't know that I need to show you guys anything else. Let me make sure. I've enjoyed just being able to share more of me with you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Like, the audience is important. Please do like, share, comment, and all those wonderful things that YouTube can do. And when the shorts come out, have a peek at those. If you know someone who needs help immediately, just copy the link and send it directly to their phone. Like, hey, listen to this. I think it might help you. And if you, or you know someone who wants to work, looking for a coach, here I am, me. I'm great at what I do because I love what I do, period. Okay, and you can also text coach to 321-443-2495. You can text coach to 321-443-2495 if you are ready to work. Because I do not play with people who are not ready to work. Don't call my phone or text my phone if you are about that question mark. Don't do it. But if you are serious and you're ready to work, and you know that you trust that I'm going to love you back to life, I'm going to make every effort, and it's not that I am your magic wand. Anything that I'm able to accomplish, I know it is because I was gifted to do so. And who gave me the gift? God did. Period. All right. That's why I give like I give, because it's given to me freely, mass quantities, lots and lots. And I give lots, however I charge. Okay, great. Oh, let's see. I don't think there's anything else I need to show y'all. Yep. I don't see no way. And I will mention this last thing and then we get out of here. I do have a small group coaching, y'all. Okay, yeah, we'll do that next week. So I do have small group coaching too, just so you know. All right, I'm going to find the mystical, magical grown-up button because the adult has left the building. Found it. I'm so proud of me. Okay,